What should have been a beautiful, heartwarming moment between Beyoncé and her daughter Rumi has turned into a mess, and sadly, it says more about us as a society than it does about that little girl. This moment wasn't about fame or performance, it was about a child enjoying time with her mom. A rare, genuine, and innocent moment. But the internet didn't let it stay that way. Instead of celebrating Rumi's joy, people picked her apart. They dissected her every move, every wave, every expression, trying to label her, diagnose her, and decide what she must be based on a few seconds of video. Imagine being 7 years old, just walking on stage barefoot to hug your mom, and then waking up the next day to see your name trending for all the wrong reasons. That's the reality Beyoncé and Jay-Z are facing now. And let's be honest, we've seen this before. We saw it with Blue Ivy, remember? When she was just a toddler, the internet dragged her for everything from her hair to her facial expressions. People joked, judged, and ridiculed a baby. And now it's happening again, this time to Rumi. What's happening here is more than internet gossip. It's part of a long, harmful pattern: Black children being unfairly criticized, judged, and labeled just for being themselves. When a Black child shows joy, people treat it as suspicious. If they dance too freely, move too much, or express themselves in a way others don't understand, they're called weird or different. Labels get thrown around casually, without care, without facts, and without thinking about the damage it causes. What people are doing to Rumi isn't just rude, it's dangerous. It teaches kids that their happiness will be questioned, their behavior will be judged, and their personalities will be used as talking points. That's not just unfair, that's cruel. And the worst part? It's adults doing this. Grown people tearing down a child for clout, likes, or laughs. And now, celebrities are jumping in, too. Azealia Banks made wild, hurtful comments accusing Beyoncé of hiding her son Sir because of how he supposedly turned out. Kanye West took it even further, mocking how children move, speaking on things he has no understanding of, and making the whole thing about himself. It was shocking, disrespectful, and flat-out wrong. These aren't harmless opinions, these are damaging messages that millions of people see, and that can affect a child's self-image for years. Let's not forget, Beyoncé almost died giving birth to Rumi and Sir. She's been open about her high-risk pregnancy, emergency C-section, and how hard it was to recover physically and emotionally. That wasn't for gossip. She shared her truth to inspire others, to be real. And now people are using that vulnerability to create theories and rumors about her kids? That's not curiosity, it's cruelty. Here's the reality: Rumi is a 7-year-old child who came on stage, smiled, hugged her mom, and waved to fans. She wasn't acting strange. She was being a kid. A joyful, happy, proud little girl having a moment with her mother. And even if she were neurodivergent, so what? That wouldn't make her any less special, any less worthy of love, or any less beautiful. But the truth is, no one even knows anything for sure. All we saw was happiness, and somehow, people turned that into a problem. That's the real issue here. Not Rumi. Not Beyoncé. But us. We, as a society, have a serious problem when we feel entitled to comment on a child's health, development, or behavior based on a video clip. We've got to do better. Kids, especially Black kids, deserve the same grace, understanding, and protection as any other child. They're not public property. They're not storylines. They're not content. They're human beings. Sources say Beyoncé is furious about how things unfolded, and honestly, who can blame her? She rarely shares her twins with the world, and when she finally did, people gave her every reason to regret it. Not because of Rumi's actions, Rumi was perfect, but because of the way people reacted. That precious moment got twisted into a headline, a joke, a rumor mill.
I want you to think about what I just said. This is sitting here getting an honor for being the most, written about black woman in Vibe magazine for 10 years, and all you can talk about is the bitch that's coming behind you?
And Beyoncé, as a mother, felt that. Since then, fans have noticed that Rumi hasn't been on stage as much. Some say Beyoncé is pulling back, tightening the circle, protecting her family again. And who could blame her? When you try to give the world something pure and the world spits it back at you, sometimes the only option is silence. Stillness. Protection. But here's what we can take away from all this. We need to stop doing this to black children. We need to stop seeing their emotions as too much. Stop calling their excitement hyper or odd. Let them be kids. Let them feel free. Let them shine. Rumi didn't deserve this treatment. She deserved applause. She deserved support. She deserved to enjoy her moment without strangers assigning meanings to her joy. And Beyoncé didn't owe anyone that moment, but she shared it anyway.
Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
And what did she get in return? Scrutiny, judgment, and disrespect. But here's the thing, Beyoncé may be quiet, but her actions are loud. She's pulling back, protecting her peace, and sending a message without saying a word. She's reminding us that not everything needs to be shared, especially not at the cost of her children's well-being. So here's my final message to you. The next time a little black girl like Rumi steps into the light, don't dim it. Don't dissect her. Don't label her. Celebrate her. Protect her. Uplift her. Because the world is already hard enough. Let her joy be sacred. And now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Beyoncé will let Rumi back on stage after all this? Or is she done sharing those moments with the public? Do you think we, as a community, need to start holding each other accountable when it comes to how we treat children online? So here we are. What should have been a simple, joyful moment between Beyoncé and her daughter Rumi became something much heavier. What started as a sweet family moment quickly turned into a public spectacle, filled with judgment, rumors, and flat-out disrespect. And the saddest part? It wasn't just trolls online. It was adults, celebrities, and even people who call themselves fans. Let's get real for a second. Rumi is a child. A little girl who came on stage barefoot, smiling, waving at the crowd, proud to be with her mom. That's it. That's all it was. No performance, no pressure. Just a daughter having a moment with her mother. And yet, the internet treated her like a subject to analyze instead of a person to celebrate. People started zooming in, speculating about her behavior, trying to slap labels on her after watching a few seconds of footage. Some even dragged her brother Sir into it, adding more layers of cruelty. That's not curiosity. That's not concern. That's harmful. And frankly, it's disgusting. Beyoncé has spent years keeping her twins out of the public eye for this exact reason. She knew what the internet was capable of. And now, sadly, she's being proven right. After Rumi's short time on stage, everything went from applause to analysis, from joy to judgment. And it didn't stop with social media. Celebrities like Azealia Banks and Kanye West took things even further, making insensitive and completely unnecessary comments about Beyoncé's children. These weren't hot takes, they were hateful, baseless, and ableist. They crossed every line, turning a child into a target. And for what? Likes? Headlines? Relevance? Let's not forget Beyoncé almost lost her life bringing these twins into the world. She went through a traumatic pregnancy, and she's been transparent about that. Instead of honoring that journey, people are using her vulnerability as an excuse to speculate about her children's health. That's not fair. That's not okay. That's not how we treat people, especially not kids. And here's the bigger issue, this kind of thing keeps happening to black children. Over and over again, we see black kids being picked apart for how they move, how they talk, how they show emotion. There's a double standard. Black children are expected to be quiet, composed, and well-behaved at all times. If they're loud or joyful or expressive, people call it weird or wrong. That pressure is exhausting, and it's completely unfair. Rumi's joy was beautiful. Her energy was pure. But the world wasn't ready to receive it with love. Instead, they tried to tear it down. And maybe now we understand why Beyoncé has been so protective for so long. It's not about hiding. It's about safety. It's about peace. It's about giving her children room to grow without the noise. So here's the truth, Rumi didn't deserve the backlash. She didn't deserve the judgment. She didn't ask to be anyone's trending topic. And Beyoncé doesn't owe anyone access to her children. If anything, we owe her an apology for taking what should have been a proud, personal moment and turning it into a media circus. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Beyoncé will let Rumi back on stage after all of this? Or has this experience made her pull back for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe in protecting black children, if you believe kids should be allowed to just be kids without judgment, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure you're subscribed. Let's stand up for joy. Let's protect innocence. And most importantly, let's do better. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Beyoncé will let Rumi back on stage after all of this? Or has this experience made her pull back for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe in protecting black children, if you believe kids should be allowed to just be kids without judgment, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure you're subscribed. Let's stand up for joy. Let's protect innocence.